It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Lupin at Abraka Kra. My name is Adjuatin Kramat Domina. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, Electoral Commission convenes emergency IPAC meeting few hours after NDC fiercely resisted attempts by the Commission to restrict political party agents in monitoring the ongoing voter transfer exercise.
We take a unilateral decision to go ahead and announce. This law tells the Electoral Commission political parties cannot have agents to monitor transfer of votes. This is called the law.
Also coming up in this bulletin, Accra High Court adjourns first public hearing on anti-LGBTQ plus cases to July 29. Meanwhile, Gamanche Nitakicho II wants Westerners to promote polygamy instead of same-sex marriages.
I believe that the West should promote polygamy. Because why do you promote same-sex and think that polygamy is evil?
Still in the package, Minority Leader Dr. Kisiela Tuforsin files for mistrial in ongoing ambulance case, and later Malaysia police pick up popular Kumawood actor Lil Wayne over accident which caused the death of a 3-year-old baby. We'll be live in the area for more on this. Do stay with us for details of these and more stories in the next half hour. Remember, the bulletin is live around the globe. .com, on YouTube, on CityTube, and on Facebook. You can find us on Citi 97.3 FM. Across the country, we are live on a number of affiliates. In the Western region, this is Premier 100.5 FM in Takoradi, Beach 105.5 FM in Takoradi, also Sky Power 93.5 FM in Takoradi. In the Bono region, this is Greener 95.9 FM in Sunya. In the Shanti region, Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi, Eastern region, Right 90.1 FM in Somenya. In the Volta region, Holy 98.5 FM in Aplao. In the Northern region, Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In the Upper East region, tune into Word 88.3 FM. And in the Upper West region, Boogly Radio 88.6. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
A very warm welcome to you this afternoon. Political party officials are currently locked up in an emergency inter-party advisory committee IPAC meeting at the headquarters of the Electoral Commission. It's unclear what has been tabled for discussion. However, the scrunch meeting follows recent disturbances recorded at some voter transfer centers and the subsequent directive from the Electoral Commission to its regional directors not to allow agents of political parties to observe the exercise effective today, June 3rd, 2024. While the opposition National Democratic Congress, however, refused to adhere to that directive, describing it as outrageous. We have a team stationed at the EC headquarters and we'll update you on any new development from that IPAC meeting. But earlier we spoke with the NDC's Director of Elections and IT, Dr. Edward Omanibuama, who assessed that the decision by the Electoral Commission to not allow party agents to monitor the ongoing exercise have been made without consultation with political parties.
This morning at 10 a.m., what was the brainwave that made the EC issue that statement? Without coming back to IPAC for us to discuss that, okay, political development partners, and the U.S. Embassy is always there, the British Embassy is always there, the British High Commission, CDB is there, several CSOs are present. What stops you from coming back to IPAC and saying that, oh, even though we agree, blah, 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 so we think that we need to modify it. We all do and either agree or we disagree or we have a middle ground and modify it. We take a unilateral decision to go ahead and announce. This law tells the Electoral Commission political parties cannot have agents to monitor transfer of votes. This is called the law. Why do they want to interpret the lacuna in the law, the vacuum in the law, the hiatus in the law in favor of opacity when they can interpret it in favor of transparency?
Well, Edward Omanibuam also called on relevant authorities to enforce security measures ahead of other electoral processes to prevent violence, such as the Kaswa incident that left 4 persons injured over the weekend.
The year 2020 presidential election, 8 people were killed, 8 Ghanaians, 1 killed, nothing happened, 2 killed, nothing happened, 3 killed, nothing happened, 4 killed, nothing happened, 5 killed, nothing happened. 6 killed, nothing happened. 7 killed, nothing happened. 8 killed. We are here in 2024, and these avoidable and disheartening occurrences are being recorded. We must do better, and we can do better as a nation.
That was Dr. Edward Omanibuama. He's the Director of Elections and IT for the National Democratic Congress. Let's stay a while longer on this subject because the Municipal Chief Executive for Ewutu Senya East, Anita Love Oboamisa, has condemned yesterday's violent incident where the son of the incumbent Member of Parliament, Mavis Hawakumsin, was stabbed by some individuals in the ongoing voter transfer exercise. 3 other members of the National Democratic Congress also sustained knife wounds during the attack. The head of the Ewutu Senya East MUSEC says they will come after persons who want to jeopardize the peace of the people of the constituency, adding that the police must ensure the perpetrators of the disturbances are dealt with.
Yesterday, there was some skirmishes, so the security themselves agree that nobody is going to form a queue. So they packed all the chairs, and they all agree that they will resume this morning. They came in, and the suspected person who stabbed Atukumsin started raining insults on him. And Atukumsin told somebody that he is not ready to respond, so the person should go away. Then he went behind and stabbed him. Interestingly, Atukumsin never himself even saw that he has been stabbed. So he was still trying to separate or make sure that there is peace. And the police were there. After this, that he realized that he was bleeding and then he was not catching up with his breath, they called in an ambulance, came, and then they were pushing him inside. As a chairperson for MUSEC, we are not going to sit down to watch the NDC. Ewutu Senya is not for them. We are pleading with the IGP. I know he has heard it. Whatever he is supposed to do for the law to take its course, we are observing.
That was the Municipal Chief Executive for Ewutu Senya East, Anita Love Oboamisa. We'll stay on the 2024 general elections as the West African Network for Peace Building, WANEP, is urging political figures to be circumspect in their utterances, especially in the build-up to the general elections. This is in reaction to comments made by the flag bearer of the NDC, John Mahama, indicating that his party will resist any attempt to rig the elections. While speaking to City News, the national coordinator for WANEP Ghana, Albert Yenyang, explained that although Mahama's comments may not be targeted at inciting violence, they could be misconstrued by party sympathizers if not clarified.
One would ask if he is saying we will resist any attempt, or the NDC will resist any attempt to rig the elections. Probably there needed to be more information. What kind of resistance would it be? Our elections are for everything. Once people have a lot of anxiety and they see the elections, as something that can inure to their benefit, the political development of the country, the economic development of the country, at least they take them seriously, especially those who are the political party members. And anyone at all that may also want to engage in criminality can also take advantage of such statements, even though, the person knowing that it would not be according to law, So I think that we need to be circumspect and assess, especially people who are very high, in terms of our societal standing, they need to be very decorous. If they would make statements and thinking of it differently, they should clarify.
National Network Coordinator for WANEP Ghana, Albert Yenyang. Now, the Okada Riders Association of Ghana says it is hopeful about the establishment of an electric motorbike assembly plant in Ghana if John Mahama, the National Democratic Congress's flag bearer, wins the 2024 general elections. Addressing motor riders in Ashaiman, Mahama promised to provide electric motorbikes on hire purchase basis for Okada riders, stating that he's already in discussions with 2 assembly companies minutes. Well, in an interview with Citi News, Michael Kofi, the national president of the Okada Riders Association of Ghana, expressed confidence in Mahama's ability to fulfill his promise, asserting that he has been consistent in providing them opportunities to enhance their operations.
The man has been consistent in his work. You understand? Ever since this man has declared to give us the support of our business and all that, you realize that the man is very, very consistent of his work. And we believe that whatever he's saying, he's going to do it. I'm saying this thing because prior to the 2020 election, the vice president now promised that he would give us a car. And after the election, we didn't hear from him again. But His Excellency, the former president, is always consistent in his work. The truth is only one. So we could see that he's somebody who is very close to our business, who understands what we are doing, okay? And having listened to him very well, we believe that he will do as he's saying or as he said, yes. Because this electronic motorbike, we've been to Togo, some is there. Most of the people in Togo are using it. I've seen about 2 or 3 here in Ghana. When I travel to Manila too, I see motorbike with the electronic one, and it's what most of the riders there are using. So I think so far as it's closer to us in neighbor countries and all that, the ability we have in India is not a big deal. We believe that it will deliver them to us.
You heard Michael Owusu. He's the national president of the Okada Riders Association of Ghana. Let's take you now to the Ashanti region, where the Motor Traffic and Transport Department, MTTD, of the Menchia Divisional Police Command has arrested Kumawood actor Kwejon Kansa, popularly known as Lowin, shortly after his discharge from the hospital. A police vehicle was stationed at the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, and he was taken into custody immediately after being discharged by medical personnel. His arrest is linked to a recent car crash involving a vehicle he was driving, which resulted in the death of a 3-year-old boy. The family of the deceased intensified calls for justice following the tragic incident. The police earlier attributed the delay in arresting Lowin to his health condition. Although the police have not provided any further details, the actor was transported to the Menchia Divisional Command of the MTTD as investigations into the incident continue. Well, we are live in the area. Our correspondent in the Ashanti region, Hafiz Tijani, joins us on the phone. Hafiz, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Where are you currently and what can you report?
So I've come to the police headquarters here in the Ashanti region. So Lewin was brought from the Zongo Divisional Command, that's the Menchia Divisional Command of the MTTD, to the police headquarters. So because of the urgency of this case, we are learning that police want to expedite the processes so they can put the actor before court, and whatever is there, they can grant him bail. We saw his lawyers and his managers and other people who have come to do a follow-up of the case. So from the Zongo Police Command, the lawyer came in, he went inside to interact with his client and also interacted with the police. So he came together, or he followed up here to the Regional Police Command to look at how the case will pan out. So Lewin is currently seated in the police vehicle that brought him, and the police officers are also with the prosecution and legal department of the headquarters trying to begin the processes to arraign him.
Well, Hafiz, do we know if the family of the 3-year-old are around as the actor was picked up?
Okay, so when I went to the Menchia Divisional Police Command this morning, coincidentally, I met one of the bereaved relatives. He said that they asked him to bring a text form or to take a text form for officers from the BVLA to test the vehicle that was involved in the accident. So when he came while leaving the police station, he saw that the actor was brought in by the police after his arrest. So I spoke to him, then he said that yes, they are happy about the arrest because this is what they have been calling for, and they want justice to be served in this matter.
How about the charges that are going to be preferred against him? Do we have any idea what they are as at now?
For now, we don't have the full grasp of the charges. We are waiting for the police officers to proceed to court. And maybe at the court, we'll be able to get the details of the charges and what the police will do in this matter.
Very well. Thank you so much. Hafiz Tijani is our correspondent in the Ashanti region. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, Minority Leader Dr. Kesiela Tuforsin has filed for mistrial in ongoing ambulance case. We'll bring you the details shortly. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Are you a JHS student in Ghana? Are you a wordsmith with a passion for development? Do you have a way with words that captivates and inspires? If so, then join the Literacy Challenge 2024 now. The nationwide search for the most outstanding junior high school students in Ghana is on. Do you think that it could be you who goes home with 10,000 Ghana cedis and a glitzy trophy? Then, in not less than 600 words, write about the role of the youth in shaping the future of Ghana. What changes would you like to see, and how can young people contribute to making them happen? Script must be in your own handwriting. Script must be endorsed by a parent or guardian. Add your full contact details. Deadline, Saturday the 13th of July 2024. Submit entries to the front desk of Citi TV or Citi FM or P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For inquiries, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM, supported by Citi TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap, and Fortune Spread.
Without access to basic services such as water, sanitation, and hygiene, people are vulnerable to water shortages, diseases, and malnutrition. Water, sanitation, and hygiene services can improve people's resilience to climate change. This election, ask your favorite politicians about their plans for tackling climate change and improving access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. Let this define who you vote for. At WaterAid, we believe in the future where our leaders prioritize climate change, water, sanitation, and hygiene. Your vote can make this possible.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Thank you for staying. Now, the Minority Leader, Dr. Kesiela Tuforsin, has filed a supplementary affidavit in support of the motion on notice for an order of mistrial, injunction, and or stay of proceedings in the ongoing defective ambulance case against him and two others. In the application, lawyers for Dr. Forsin cited a leaked tape between the Attorney General, Godfrey Yeboadame, and the third accused, Richard Japa, in which the former allegedly attempted to coach the third accused to implicate Dr. Tuforsin in the ongoing trial. Dr. Forsin's legal team argues in the affidavit that the Attorney General misconducted himself and called for the prosecution to be declared a mistrial. The Minority Leader further argues that failure to order a mistrial where there appears to be a blatant disregard for the rule of law and ethical standards of prosecution by the Attorney General could severely undermine public confidence in the judicial process. Let's stay with the courts, as jurors in Ghana have reiterated calls for the judicial service to generate more internal revenue to settle their overdue allowances. The striking jurors are protesting the non-payment of their February 2023 allowance and outstanding payments from July 2023 to May 2024. The strike has already led to the adjournment of several cases, including the J.B. Dankwa murder trial. Here's a team member of the jurors who spoke on condition of anonymity to Citi News.
The issues have not been resolved. They've not called leadership for any engagement on the matter, any discussion on the matter at all. And you realize that it's been a year now, almost a year now. The IDF that the court generates every now and then, IDF alone can only cater for what? We are not asking for any increment or any new thing. It's our old money that we are looking for. We are asking. So if we are ready, we will also go back to post.
That was a team member of the jurors in Ghana. Now, the parties in a case at the High Court challenging the approval process of the anti-LGBTQ+ bill have been directed by the court to file their written statements. This follows the adjournment of the case to July 29. The plaintiff, Paul Boama, who is a farmer, in his writ says the Speaker of Parliament did not adhere to the dictates of the Public Financial Management Act when he allowed the bill to be taken through the approval process. The plaintiff asserts that the bill did not have an accompanying fiscal impact analysis stating the estimated effect on revenues and expenditures for the financial year it is yet to be passed, in contravention of Section 101 of the Public Financial Management Act. Well, the case is the first to be heard since the Chief Justice decided to allow live media coverage for all cases related to the anti-LGBTQ+ bill. The judge presiding over the case, however, adjourned the case to July 29 for the parties to file their written statements. The plaintiff has for 4 weeks from today to file his submission. The defendant, including the Speaker of Parliament and the Attorney General, will then file their respective submissions after the plaintiff has done his. Let's move away from the courts now. The Gamanche Ken Taki Church II has stated that as both a Christian and a traditionalist, he finds LGBTQ+ activities an affront despite his love for everyone under his authority. In an exclusive interview with Citi News' Fred Duho, he suggested that Westerners should promote polygamy instead of same-sex relationships. The anti-LGBTQ+ bill, which has sparked controversy and legal battles, is currently before the High Court and the Supreme Court of Ghana following its passage by Parliament. King Takichuro II believes the people's privileges and preferences should not be a subject of discussion.
I am a Christian. I am a traditionalist. I am a traditional authority. I love everybody in my locality. I respect everybody's rights and privileges. But I'll never, ever, ever also wish that I speak about this issue because, honestly, as a Christian, as a traditionalist, it's an affront to me. You understand what I mean? I believe that the West should promote polygamy because why do you promote same-sex and think that polygamy is evil? You understand what I mean? Yes, we should promote rather polygamy instead of this. In fact, I would never even spend time to talk about that.
And on matters of corruption, the Gamanche bemoaned the lack of basic amenities in rural communities and called on the government to get its priorities right.
I believe that government should have a way of stamping its authority regarding corruption. I would say that, like I asked you, how much is a borehole to a community that is deprived of its basic need, water? How much is a borehole? How much is putting a borehole somewhere where there's no water at all? How much is it compared to a V8? And how much is a monodua desk? So if you have all this touch of money in your room and you claim that you love Ghana so much so that you think that you're worthy enough to represent Ghanaians in your locality as a parliamentarian, as an executive, it's absolutely beats my mind.
You heard the Gamanche King Taki Teko True II speaking to Fred Duho in that interview. Moving away from that story now, Pre-Tertiary Teacher Unions say negotiations with the government on their conditions have taken a positive turn as some agreements have been reached. The three unions, the Ghana National Association of Teachers (NAT), the National Association of Graduate Teachers (NAGRAT), and the Coalition of Concerned Teachers (CCT), had earlier expressed dissatisfaction with the government's negotiating approach towards issues such as allowances and promotions. In an interview with Citi News, the General Secretary of NAT, Thomas Musa, said almost all aspects of the negotiations are complete.
You recall where the promotion to the deputy director. So that from the deputy director to director 2 and subsequent to director 1, that's why we're giving our terms up to September for it to be resolved. We'll resolve it by September. Yeah, and then the prime area allowance, the understanding was that after we signed, the minister, we've given the minister 1 month to review the document and get back to us on it. So these are the outstanding issues. The rest, we brought back. So we have the complementary digital instructional support allowance. That one is done. The CPD thing is also done. And aside that one, we brought back the collective agreement from the normal 3 years to 2 years. So these are the issues that we worked on.
Thomas Musa is the General Secretary of the Ghana National Association of Teachers. Away from that, now the Ministry of Food and Agriculture has expressed worry over the growing rate of food importation in Ghana, lamenting that the country loses over $400 million annually importing frozen chicken alone. A latest trade report released by the Ghana Statistical Service indicates that Ghana spent 180.7 billion cedis on imports in 2023. The Food and Agric Ministry attributes the high rate of importation to the instability of the local currency. Operations Manager of the Food System Resilience Program, FSRP, under the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Philip Daniel Lai, stressed that the FSRP is determined to help bring such concerns under control.
You recall we have the promotion to the deputy director. So that from the deputy director to director 2 and subsequent.
If you look at the import levels that we bring into the country spends over $400 million importing frozen chicken alone. Not to talk about the other products the project is also taking care of, the rice, the soya, and other things. So what it means is that if we're able to do this consistently and we are able to sustain it as time goes on, this money will be kept in the country. It is going to support our economy. Our GDP will be more stable, and then the dollar currency, the exchange rate will also be stable.
Philip Daniel Lai serves as Operations Manager for the Food System Resilience Program at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Well, the program with 150 million US dollar funding from the World Bank has given out interest-free imports in the form of 160,000 day-old chicks, 180,000 kilograms of feed and vaccines in the first round of allocations, each to 22 poultry commercial anchor farmers across the country. Poultry specialist at the ministry, Ricky Abuajipoku, bemoaned that Ghana loses millions of dollars every year on chicken imports, indicating that such an intervention boosts the country's economy.
The main objective of this project is to reduce food insecurity and improve the capacity of our food systems to withstand the shocks of climate change. That is to improve our resilience, most especially for the smallholders who normally are affected most with weather variabilities and so on. The poultry, our emphasis is on broiler production. You know, we have two types of poultry in the industry. The layers, which is the eggs, the table eggs we see on the roadside and so on, as well as the broiler, which is what is bred for meat. We see that there is more challenge when it comes to the broiler aspect. So that is what the project has selected.
You had a poultry specialist at the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, Ricky Abuajipoku, speaking to Citi News there. Away from that, the market women at Doma Hinkro Tuesday Market in the Bono region are appealing to the Doma Central Municipal Assembly to direct the contractor building the new market to expedite the project. The market women face numerous challenges, including increased theft due to the lack of fence walls at the old market. They've been speaking to Citi News.
Whenever it rains, it becomes difficult to trade here because you get soaked. Additionally, there are many thefts. Every time you move, thieves come and steal your items. We ask the Assembly to expedite the process of completing the new market so we can trade in comfort. We don't have proper trading sheds, so we have made makeshift shops for activities. Whenever it rains, we are always drenched. We appreciate the Assembly for considering this new project.
You heard some traders at the Domahinkro Tuesday market in the Budun region appealing for an expedited completion of a new market project. And that brings us to the end of today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. For more stories, please log on to citynewsroom.com. My name is Ajwatin Krama Domina. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.
Citi News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302-224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.